Hi there, my name is Albina and today I'm going to present what have I done throughout my second sprint at Kaspi as a software engineer. So let's get started. What was planned for my second sprint is mostly planning and deep dive into my project. So the first task I had is to create a system design. The main purpose of this task is to design the high-level system architecture, how my system is going to interact with the database, and the general flow of our requests and storage strategy. And the second part is deep dive, which is initially drafting service operations, API specifications, the request bodies, response bodies, to provide them with the systems that's going to work with our system. So in the first part, I have created high-level system design and it got approved by my team lead and I started implementing it. It was done through creating a diagram in SkeleDraw, which is required to use in our team. Here is the sample of how my final presentation looked, but it's not the exact one since it's forbidden by the NDA. So I have created our data flow, how the request taken by the UI is going to be retrieved to Mongo and the GitLab API that we're going to use to store our projects. So we're going to store some metadata in the Mongo and some data related to the projects in GitLab. And for the GitLab, we're using GitLab version 4 API. So the results are this architecture that I have created. It solves some bottlenecks regarding the GitLab API, mostly about merge conflicts that we're having according to our data. So by adding Mongo database, we can now keep metadata on our side and not be dependent on data provided by saved in the GitLab. Second part of my sprint, the second week of my sprint was spent to the deep dive. I was preparing the request bodies, response bodies, was collecting the data that we are going to save in the MongoDB, separating them from the data that we are going to save in the GitLab, and preparing the request body, response bodies for our front-end applications, and also to the systems, the contract for the systems that are going to use our APIs. The results and insights. Defining the APIs at this stage is important since we have to collect all of the data, and if we need some data from other systems or other services, we have to collect them before going to the implementation. Also, I have started my implementation since I have done my analysis parts very well and very early, so I started implementation already. So I requested and set up a new MongoDB cluster in the Kubernetes, and also implemented some endpoints that connect GitLab operations with our MongoDB storage. So here is the example of the project creation endpoint that I have already implemented. In a summary, during the second sprint, I have completed the system design part, gone to the deep dive, and also started implementing the project itself. It was all for my second sprint. See you next sprint. Thank you for your attention.